This is where that hope has to lie as we get ready to jump into Hanamura. So here we are. WGS played Hanamura versus MVP. They were able to get to about 89% or so on point B, I do believe, but unfortunately for them, it was not enough. MVP double capped with well over 4 minutes remaining in their time bank.
Yep. They will attack first, so we will not get to see just yet what their expected unique tactics will be. That's kind of what we have to assume, right? They'll do something a little bit weird. For RunAway, obviously the defense here is going to be modeled after what we've seen from quite a few teams. Genji, in particular, running a lot of the Sombra Doomfist defense on A, counter to Goats to burst down those targets.
Oh!
Got a pause. Looks like probably a pause on the side of WGS Armament, but we'll get that confirmed in a moment.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's going on. Oh, no.
Lee Jae gone.
It's going to be something going on here with Lee Jae gone.
Something is Lee Jae gone wrong.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh, dear.
I didn't have any prepared pause bans today, you know.
Yeah, I know we were flying through this. I wasn't thinking of anything.
I thought about talking about you know, our recent topics about goats and stuff during the pause, but then we already kind of mentioned that.
We could talk about another recent topic, which was the wedding. You know, we got to watch that from home. Unfortunately, you and I couldn't attend.
Yeah, because of this tournament we're casting right here today.
Yeah,
but
we were invited to the esports mystery. Would have loved to have been there, but you know, at least we got to see it happen live.
Yeah, the series turning out to be much less mysterious, as it turns out.
Yeah, this is not a mystery. Today's matches are not a mystery at all.
No.
It's very straightforward.
Yeah, hashtag esports straightforward.
Yep.
Hashtag esports, everyone knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. It's not really an ambiguous situation.
No, certainly not. Not an ambiguous situation here.
Cheers to anybody who catches that joke.
Yeah.
But it seems like things might have been settled here for Lee Jae Gon, so we should be able to jump back in and see, you know, just how successful WGS Armament can be.
Yep, so they had Karayan on the Widow for a moment, but I think that was maybe to hope for an opening kill. But they're going to stick with this Goats comp. They're not going to actually try to counter it, which a lot of teams have.
Jump down, Shui. A whole lot off that, cancels out the rocket punch, doesn't want to go in too deep.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty nice conservative play from Shui there. He could have taken the risk, but he decided
that Mag, he would have been in there.
Oh, yeah.
But here we go, wrap around the high ground.
Yeah, now it's kind of awkward for RunAway to approach.
Gonna be reliant on a pickoff, gets the isolation there.
Nice bio, though.
Does stay alive, yeah. Armor pack as well coming through from Pelican, helping to keep that Ana in the mix. Speaking of Pelican, though, he gets tagged up. Rocket punch coming in, not going to find a connection. Sui just going to be jumping out, keeping himself alive. First tick, getting ready to go over to WGS. They recontest with QOQ, leading the charge. Zapping from above, Mag just sitting in up top, building up, getting closer and closer to that primal range. Now the Nano Boost going to be coming online, jumps forward, finds Mondu, looking for Pelican, manages to take him down. Another double coming in at the clutch moment right before.
He doesn't want to use his primal either.
Yeah.
He's just going to grab the small health pack.
Which is restraint on his end, but knows that he doesn't have to commit it here. They managed to get the cleanup and they deny away that tick crucially, keeping WGS off the board.
And, you know, Gargoyle in the longer fight was hoping to have a grab for the next attack. Karayan's going to switch over to Winston. Appreciate this choice against this comp. RunAway just split, you know. They minimized the ult charge that Gargoyle could build, and they played this exactly as we saw Genji play it last week. Very well done.
TMD set, ready to go. Dumps that one in. Uppercut. Just so many members, and just like that. WGS will be held at bay. So far, RunAway has used 2 ultimates. Lee Jae Gon is halfway to the next Nano. They have 4 others on standby as they go ahead and stagger out DPI. Mondu desperately trying to save the pilot form's life, but he just can't do enough.
Yep.
His triage is not sophisticated enough.
Well, now RunAway is just looking to, once again, have Hisu with the translocator on the other side. He's going to harass, going to build up some more ult charge. Here he is. And it's very easy to just slow this down before Gargoyle can drop that grab.
Not going to find a hack. Puts that one on cooldown, but it might not matter. Matt goes ahead, pops that primal rage, grabs ready to go. Self-destruct coming through, QOQ. Not going to find a pickoff, but makes its way back into the back, and now is going to be set to maybe deny this with a defense matrix if he can line it up. Push around that right-hand side. Gargoyle getting pooped up onto the high ground, actually. Falls low, tries to stay alive. The sound barrier at the clutch moment, throws it down, manages to find Hisu, only locking up one. Then QOQ comes in from the back, takes down that enemy Zarya, and the rest of the team will follow. DPI again, gonna get staggered out as they try to just deny him leaping off the side of the map.
Yeah,
Oh,
I really appreciate the QOQ Diva Bomb there.
Just one after the other.
Yeah. I appreciate the QOQ Diva Bomb because it delayed that push with the initial nano. Then RunAway just perfectly executed, staggering those ultimates, pulling back, not even having a Transcendence properly for that fight, but knowing they could just collapse in. We're going to see one desperate swap over to Tracer for DPI as he comes in to look for some backline picks maybe against the supports because there's not as much protection for them with the comp they're running. They're going to be a little bit isolated, so there's a chance that DPI can get in there and get those kills.
EMP's up. Mondu is going to be dead. Sweet finds the rocket punch. Gargoyle going to be hacked, can't jet his way away. We'll go ahead and get popped out, and we'll probably just get to see another very brutal. Nope, never mind. Okay, we had some mercy this time. I was going to say another of one of the most brutal staggers that I've ever seen, but OT will get forced out. Ryan able to tag in. DPI now going to be arriving. The EMP comes down. DPI going to be taken out right off the start of that. He barely survives as he jumps up onto the high ground with about 10 HP remaining. Will finally get popped back up. QOQ playing forward, has a little bit of HP remaining in the mech. Also has that self-destructive dump should he need it. Ryan going to get picked off. Gargoyle pooped off the side. EMP comes down. Pelicans going to be spraying away. Manages to find the kill there onto Hisu as he plays back onto the point.
Spawn advantage for WGS.
Okay, actually almost give up that tick over to the side of Pelican for a moment. Mondu going to get run down. QOQ coming up with that. OT bar starting to plummet. The Tracer going to be recalling off the point. They make their way back in. Self-destruct now going to be dumped out. No one can really push their way through. Pelican jumps back to the translocator, gets found out, gets assassinated. And that is going to be the full hold.
This is one of those moments that's really hard to recover from as a team, where for the first time you did kind of play standard. You really, really gave it your all. You swapped at the end there with Tracer, Sombra. You got some picks, and you had the advantage. You had the spawn advantage, and you had these small advantages that almost every other team would have capped A with, but you just couldn't do it. RunAway was just that much better than you that they shut you down with the spawn disadvantage, with a little bit of delay, the better aim, the better tracking, the headshots are better, and you've got to feel so discouraged in a moment like that where you should have by rights been able to get that point. If every single member played to their best at that moment, they would have probably gotten it. At least a tick, but not to be the case anymore, as RunAway now looks poised to slam their way through to a 3-0 victory here. Well, never mind the fourth map that we'll see afterwards. But it has been a rough night and a rough 2 weeks for WGS Armament.
This is a rough afternoon.
Yeah.
You can't even go home and just fall asleep after this and try to, wake up the next day refreshed. And
they're going back to practice when they get back in.
You have to do this, and then you're going to be awake thinking about this for the next, at least, 6 more hours or so.
Oh, I guarantee you they will be scrimming when they get back home. There's not going to be a whole lot of time. We've been watching some footage together, and there's going to be some scrims. RunAway is running dive here. Old school RunAway dive with the Tracer Genji. They feel like they can run anything they want. That's how easy this match is going to be. Back cap attempting by Hisu right now.
WGS is, they push forward. Ryan makes his way up and over
He almost sneaks it away.
Gets halfway to it. And it pulls the entire team away from the choke, which means that all of RunAway can go ahead and push forward. Ryan jumping up onto the high ground. The bubble has to come down. Will be top back up as he keeps poking out the best of his ability. But Hisu finds an assassination onto Myungbong, getting rid of that Zenyatta, one of the slowest returning members of the team. Chui now going to get poked down, however. A 1-for-1 exchange. As RunAway still keeps playing forward, Hisu just going to be spraying away like a madman, trying to build up for that pulse bomb. But so far, going to be eluding him, and QOQ gets popped out of the mech.
Yep, they will block it. It's ironic because this is the exact strategy that WGS used last season with Arrow on the Tracer to back cap to try to draw everyone away to get through the choke point. It's kind of ironic that RunAway would use it against them. Different roster, of course.
Well, they swap up.
Yep.
I say, okay, enough of the styling here.
They've got the support ultimates ready, and that could be one way they can win this and grab that first tick.
Jump over into the back. Primal Rage going to be coming up from Korean, but Jin does have that Transcendence up. So no real damage going to be coming up from Winston, and yet again, Pelican getting picked off. Ryan now, Primal going to be expiring. Shui going to be swinging away like a madman, trying to build up for that rally. Nearly has it online. Graviton Surge out from DPI, locks him in. Sound barrier to respond. From both sides now as Mondu also invests. QOQ has been popped out, but he's nearly pistoled his way back up to a mech. Now going to have it online as Shui gets picked off. Isu is able to trade on the DPI. The tank line from WGS being melted down. Gargoyle throws out the self-destruct, tries to make it back into the mech and does so successfully, but he doesn't have any supporting characters around him. Everybody else getting picked off. He'll get pooped off the side of the map, eliminated, and RunAway will just close it out. They lock down the series as they move 3-0.
Very one-sided match, but that's how it goes. You know, when you're playing these early parts of the group stage, when you're the favorite, there's got to be someone at the bottom of the group. This group is very cut and dry that way, with 3 very strong teams at the top and 3 fairly weak ones at the bottom. RunAway is again going to take a one-sided match, and the hype will continue. But I think the most anticipated match of the group is going to be what happens when they face against MVP Space. That'll be their biggest challenge yet.
Oh, for sure.
So again, tonight, we see the coordination is there, we see the mechanics are there, but we still don't have a proper gauge of this team's power level. Unfortunately, we just don't.
No. Look fantastic. But again, it might not be until round of 8 when we truly can see them have a challenge. You know, maybe the likes of GC Busan Wave, of Kongdu Panthera, Gen G going to be in that mix, you would expect, given the performances thus far. It might not be until the playoffs, until we get to see just how good RunAway really is. But MVP Space should at least give us some idea. Unfortunately for WGS, they are just not up to task at the moment.
Certainly not.
One final map to be played to try to spare some of the blushes here was Route 66, their decision versus MVP. RunAway have also played on that map. Hanamura and Horizon were the only 2 differences in their series.
Yeah. Very similar paths, very different endings here for these 2 squads. The Route 66 map pick, I think, is fairly reasonable, but I don't know, man. I think you probably put Flora in here and you try to run him with Pelican, run that duo again. It's, you know, it certainly feels lose-lose at this point. I mean, you weren't going to win the first 3 maps, very likely, but they tried something unique and different, and then it really lost them. I mean, like, lost them. And then now you're kind of thinking this 4th map doesn't even matter that much to us. Like, you've got that. The 4th map's where you try the tricky strategy. The 4th map's where you try to steal a map. I feel like trying to do that in the first map with the Wrecking Ball was the exact opposite of the timing to where you'd want to do that. I mean, we have to call a spade in this case and be like, well, this is probably just going to be a very one-sided 4th map that RunAway will win.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
sorry, that's all we got. Like, there's not much more to be said. I mean, even versus MVP Space, they weren't able to pick up any wins in that series, WGS, but they were at least able to take points throughout it. But this has just been complete, just one-sided dominance from RunAway. Haven't given up anything yet. When they played against MVP, nothing on Achilios. They got 2 points on Nabani. They capped 1 point on Hanamura. Nearly got the double cap on Hanamura. They got the 89% at least on B. And then they were able to take 2 points on Route 66. This is probably just going to be a complete and utter shutout. 100-0 to kick things off on Achilios, and then no points whatsoever throughout the series, unless something drastically changes with this final map.
Yeah, I'm sure eventually WGS will get their shot. Like, if they can become the best of the 3 between them, Geekstar, and Blossom, maybe they can make playoffs. And they will have those opportunities going into their next few weeks of play. Like, at least they got 2 of the hardest opponents out of the way first. I mean, running up against RunAway and MVP Space, but it's hard to look at this team right now and have faith that we'll see something in the future of this group that looks bright. You know, it looks like maybe it'll be a little bit brighter, but it just doesn't feel like there's a happy ending, not only tonight in this 4th map, but for the rest of the season, potentially. I mean, the level of play in Trials is far below the pickups we saw here from RunAway, the experience of MVP space. It's harsh, man. These are rookie players. These guys have never been on a stage like this. They're playing against the most famous team in Korea. That crowd maybe is loud for them in the cheers, but we know there's mostly RunAway fans out there. It's a David and Goliath story, but it's not the happy ending, you know?
Yeah.
This is the giant crushing David in this case.
Oh, dear. Well, let's figure out what the final map is going to be. Do we just revisit Route 66, or does WGS change it up a little bit, try their hands at Dorado? The answer could be no. Just be going with the former.
Predictable map choice, and the only thing that they're going to have to do to take this map is just play better. And I don't know if you can make that snap decision. I don't know if everyone's suddenly going to come online right now.
Just play better. Just win the game. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Just kill the Pregida forehead. Come on. Oh, dear. Well, RunAway, they got the full hold versus Geekstar here on Route 66. Like I said, this could just be an absolutely, and not in the standard use of the word, pointless match for WGS.
Try the world famous Monte Cristo.
Oh.
You know?
It's a very,
I'll have to visit the Panorama Diner sometime.
It's a very calorie-heavy sandwich.
Yeah. It's very self-absorbed as well, and it's got a, it's got a lot of, he's got a big ego.
All right, well, here we go. On the attack. We love you, Monty. On the attack, WGS again, just counting out with Mondu on that Hanzo, making sure there's no Ford playing shenanigans in the train cars.
Yeah. Look, I mean, they've got an opportunity here to just play standard, play safe, get an opening pick.
Oh, Mag. Pretty low, trying to get that
for him.
Oh, no, couldn't quite get it, shorted it. Could knock him off the map. They already lost Karayan anyway.
After losing Karayan and then extending like that, you've given so much extra ult charge to Hisu, which you would have obviously not wanted to give, but they do. So ends up at 8 energy there somehow too. He's like killing it. Bad spot for Myeongbong, and oh no, this is going to be Hisu probably getting a grab.
I'm pretty sure that anywhere that's not the spawn is a bad spot for Myeongbong.
Yeah, it starts to feel that way, doesn't it?
If he doesn't get instantly healed up to 100%, I think he shouldn't be. Oh.
Well,
I'm really not trying to be that savage, but you know, it's just, what can you do?
I just feel like this is a 1v6 right now.
I mean, they normally say, if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all, but if I did that, then I wouldn't really have a job, or I at least would lose it. Tweet, however, will get picked off. Pelican will open things. That's going to be a good start. Counter grab comes out from Hisu, bomb up into the air, drops down, finds Pelican. Karayan going to get pinned by Mag, and just like that, RunAway regain control. Shui's on his way back. He's got the rally ready, just to make sure that Lee Jae-gon and Gangnam Jin will both be armored up.
This just ends up being a very rough time for WGS Armament. Look at Gargoyle's ult charge. Not really building it like he'd want to. Hisu at 49 on the other side, counterwise, getting a much larger charge. Got to block this shatter, or it's going to be another reset. They
Drop it down. Yeah, they don't. Very astutely observed, Wolf. It does, in fact, land. The bomb from DPI, however, does manage to take down Gangnam Jin. They get a return pin here. Karayan able to take down Mag. He's getting chipped away at. Shui will be able to burn him down, and DPI now going to get locked up in another grab from Hisu. He and Gargoyle both not going to be able to survive. It seems like no matter what the picks are, RunAway just have the answer. They keep countering, trading up.
They just had more ults, and then they used them really well. I mean, it's just good play here. It's not a shocker that when you have high ground control and you have that ult there, the grab, you could turn a 3v4 fight. They did. Now they're holding this self-destruct. He's actually going to be blind.
Yeah, bombs it up over the corner. That's going to be the Transcendence out. I'm going to be floating up into the air for a moment there. Let's keep everybody else topped up. Gangnam Jin responds with one of his own. As TPI tries to get back over onto the cart with another grab, rather, is going to be coming through from Gargoyle, locking him up. Mag and Shui both going to be taken down. Decent little opening here, and this could be some distance finally gained for WGS. They're looking alive on Route 66.
Yeah. Finally find their footing. I have to say the blind self-destruct, I wasn't a big fan of that one. That was a bit wasteful, you know. I mean, had they been able to use that to remake, then use the ults they now have, a better situation. But look, we're not really trying to over-criticize RunAway here because they still have those ults. They're going to come out of the gate. Nice block though on the choke.
Back. Yeah, finds a pickup. Actually fantastically done.
That was a smash there.
That was the best play that we've seen from WGS, period.
And they just knew that they could control this choke point. That's going to be completion here of A.
They've done it.
They did it.
They got one on the board, ladies and gentlemen. No more full holds.
No more full holds.
No one full holds WGS 3 times in a row.
Well, that was just really good understanding of the map.
It basically would have been 4 if you count Achilios, but here we go, swinging away. Brian gets that hit on the mag, takes him down, building up, looking for the shatter. Grabs on search out from Hisu. Yoku just now going to be getting the bomb up, but wants to hold on to it, and RunAway will be able to maintain control and get a nice little stagger here as they just get a boot back on the DPI. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, right click comes in.
Probably would have wanted to take the fight in the choke, like in a more slower sense rather than trying to fan out. It's a choice that a lot of teams have made and found success with, but it's tough when there's an enemy grab there. You're going to get caught on it almost every time.
Okay, can they engineer another push? They have so many ultimates getting ready to come up. WGS, you've instilled some faith in me.
Rallies up. They need to use their Transcend second, not first. Okay, that's looking good so far.
And Shui goes low. Brian's going to be holding on to the shatter here for now. Sound barrier coming out, pin in onto Mag, unable to take him down. Mag not going to find anything. The shatter comes down, locks up 3. Kills coming in as Shui and QOQ going to get popped out. Jumps into self-destruct. Barrier going to be coming up. Gargoyle going to say thank you very much for the charge. Picks up the kill onto the Baby Diva, and that will be the card advancing.
Yeah, nice
in,
grab.
Hisu dead.
Yeah, Kisu's not going to get any more ult charge from that, but just having their support ultimates used second there, forcing the ults out first from Lee Jae-gon and Gangnam Jin. Having Mondu there with that barrier last means they have the better sustain in the part of the fight that matters most when everyone starts to get low on health. But WGS Armament winning that fight. This time they're not going to guarantee themselves completion with it. This time they can't block the choke like they did last time, and RunAway does spill out.
Shatter comes down, locks up 2. Pelican going to get dropped. To the pin, Mag not going to be able to find anything. It's actually counter pinned, but it will get topped back up. It'll be killed for Ryan before he can get that finish pop out on the mech as well. DPI. Raleigh just going to get staggered out yet again. There you go. Jumps off the side of the map. Does manage to make it out because RunAway's distracted. They're chasing down all the other members of WGS. They regain control. Cart dangerously close to B. WGS, can they do this again? Looks like 5 ultimates going to be online for the fight with the Rally and the Shatter getting ready to come up.
Yep, so, you know, this is another great chance. RunAway's split though, they're up on the high ground. Gonna get through this choke. The grab is gonna have to be big for Gargoyle.
Grab coming down, locking them up, trying to keep them away from the cart. Transcendence already used by Myungbong is armored up, but they're a ways away from a sound barrier, so not going to have any other support ultimates here. WGS need to make it happen. Brian's going to get sunned up. The armor pack's coming through. Grab going to be dumped in. Gargoyle going to lock him down. DPI finds 3. Lee Jae-gon, Hisu, and Mag are all going to be eliminated. They follow up onto Shui, and that's going to be a team wipe as QOQ gets taken out of the mech. And again, WGS will keep it rolling.
I feel like this is really reminiscent of RunAway's play on Horizon.
Yeah.
Where they're overextending, they're not making the best decisions possible after the series is now over here, and they're playing into WGS Armament's hands. Hisu's grab earlier on the bridge would have been smart if there was no time in the bank right then, but there was plenty, and it cost them big. You know, they're just tossing these things in here a little bit willy-nilly. Now they, have controlled the cart again at least. They have this Shatter available.
Shatter coming down, Mag dumps his own in. Mondu gonna get taken out. Forward, RunAway, maintaining control of the cart, forcing WGS inside of the garage area here. Sound barrier now going to be committed. Lee Jae-gon, everybody else topped up. Transcendence out from Myungbong. Mag going to get picked. It's going Gangnam Jin encroaching a Transcendence of his own, but now he's going to be down 2 members here. He might just want to hold on to that for the next fight to try and stop WGS in the tracks. There's only 35 seconds remaining on the clock.
I mean, they are really trading up right now, though. Even with only 30 seconds left, it starts to feel like these guys are going to push this all the way home. They're going to have to do it in overtime, but RunAway is just gifting them efficient fight after efficient fight. They have the Transcendence against the next grab. RunAway needs to time it late, though, not early. Then they can finally turn things around and stop this completion.
Here we go, Brian uses the Shatter, locks down 2, and Gangnam Jin gonna be taken down right before he can stand up. Now the Transcendence is not gonna be in the fight for this Graviton Surge that Gargoyle uses. Struck does come in, looking for the pickoffs here. He locks him up the ground. Not find anything. The sound barriers in from Mondu. Everybody alive on the side of WGS. The cart can be moving forward in OT. High energy still for Gargoyle, burning away at QOQ, trying to knock him out of the mech. Will be able to do so. Cart still not going to be stopped up. Mech starts pushing forward. They zone them back. Transcendence out. Have to get back over onto the cart. 2.88 meters left. Shatter comes down, and it's going to be good from Mag. Locks him in. 3 kills instantly. Going to get picked up. Mondu, DPI, and Karayan, the only ones left alive. Trying to play forward desperately. Trying to get this completion. He gets the Shatter, but Karayan still is not going to be lasting very long. Gets taken out, and now it's all on Mondu, who will be eliminated. So they cannot quite make it over the finish line. But WGS are able to put 2 points on the board. They make it almost there to the finish.
Incredible they were able to take these fights really well and stay coordinated, stay focused against a tough series, you know, down 0-3. And it's the 4th map where RunAway makes a few mistakes, and then that's where they are able to really fully come online, is capitalizing on those mistakes, punishing RunAway for being a little bit over-aggressive. Some of the haphazard ultimates we saw, the Diva Bomb, the Graviton Surge, the QOQ, and their Diva player respectively. Sorry, QOQ and Easter respectively. Sorry, QOQ is their Diva player. Brain fart there for a second, but it's not enough to get completion. Mug gets the massive shatter there at the end. He's the hero that prevents it. However, had there been a better time bank after A, I mean, probably looking at 3 points here for WGS. It's not the world we live in, but if they can play well again, and if RunAway does not, you know, start to really just get themselves together, and hey, maybe there's a map win here for WGS Armament. There's certainly a possibility.
It, you know, could be huge.
Like, I would have never said that before this map started. In fact, we were saying the opposite, but
I mean, if they could take this down, actually, they might be able to hand over the first place spot to MVP, who would be sitting at 4-0. If they could get a back-to-back 4-0, MVP would take first with 8 points.
Yep.
So let's see how things are gonna go as we move forward with RunAway's attack. So still gonna be standard 3-3 coming out from both sides.
Speed boost here, looking to collapse onto the back line. They actually don't commit all the way in.
Be hanging out, flip over here to the wide. Mag getting jumped on, takes a lot of damage, and Myungbo scoops up that kill. Still gonna be spamming away. Gangnam Jin as well, representing the Zenyatta's here, does knock DPI out of that mech, builds up considerably more ult percentage compared to Myungbo.
This is, you know,
the ult is still here.
This is starting to feel pretty familiar, right? You know, we just saw RunAway do this to WGS, now the tables have turned. RunAway does finally get out at this point, though, and they are going to look for a proper fight. WGS is not going to take the risky fight far forward. They're going to look for a high ground control using this ramp.
DPI still trying to make it back into that mech. Will have it just here. Transcendence up for Gangnam Jin. Other ult's going to be on the way. Well, Zarius as well, keeping nice pace. Well, at just above 90%. Swings coming out. Transcendence going to be through. Gangnam Jin playing this one through. Shatter coming down from Karayan. Mag now getting his online. The Graviton Surge locking up both teams, but it's going to be RunAway who come up short. WGS just goes ahead and sweeps them out. Puts them right under the rug.
That's the power of speaking, you are going to get crushed. I mean, obviously the sound barrier can be helpful, not as good, but still very strong. Rally here for Sui early. They really want to force their way onto this card.
Shatter in, Mag not going to be finding anything here. Now Ryan feeling reinvigorated, pushes his way back forward. Struck into the back, picks off Gargoyle, and Ryan by himself up onto that ramp will get taken down. Gangnam Jin going to be the only casualty here for the side of RunAway in the meantime. as they just clean up the mech. Just going to be swinging away to the build-up towards that next shatter. Cart will continue to advance. I mean, WGS, they can string together a defense here to try to buy some time. But otherwise, this is looking like RunAway pretty much should have A.
They don't have any way to get out of this choke point without, you know, being at risk of the grav, or sorry, of the shatter. They actually, RunAway does not contest it though. They actually just stay up on this high ground. This is an opportunity now for WGS.
Orion pushing his way into the back. Shatter going to be coming down, but a bubble and 2 shields going to be waiting for him, so not going to find anything with that. Sound barrier going to expire. Lee Jae-gong used his own. Now the Transcendence coming through as Mondu gets picked off by Mag. Now has a shatter online. Graviton Surge going to be coming in, locking them all up. No bomb, no problem. 3 members gone as DPI gets taken out of that mech, and that is going to be the extended team wipe coming through and the point A cap for RunAway.
Yep, just clean it up. And now they're looking to kind of stay out in this choke point, or sorry, in this open area before the members of WGS can contest the choke. That's why Mag is super far out right now. Obviously, it's a long run back for WGS to get to this point, so it should be fine regardless, but that's the only fear as the attacking team after A is that you're going to get gate kept out. Happens a lot on this map, but WGS can't get back in time, so RunAway gets the cart majority of the way through this choke. They're not quite through it yet.
Up here, Graviton Surge ready to go from Gargoyle. Waiting for an opportunity, pins it straight into the front of the shield, and Lee Jae-gong just does not last, nor does Mag. Now taken down, it's WGS regains control.
And this now is scary because I like that WGS commits to this fight because now RunAway is trapped in this choke. Sure, the grab was just used and that's the scariest part of this, but the Shatter's going to be up for Orion in just a second. And RunAway is going to have to slowly burn their way through. They're going to take the low ground approach this time. WGS respects them, but does control the choke still. They're not giving that much ground to RunAway. Look at where Brigitte is hiding to get that stun for the Shatter. Does get spotted out now.
Forced back, shield taking a beating here from Orion. Push forward, Mac going to be going low. Shatter's still going to be held, and now it just doesn't really need it. DPI used that self-destruct off screen, found Shui, took him out, and WGS maintained control of the choke.
Now, Pelican is really just trying to hope for that big shield bash. Gotta be careful here. I'm gonna get low. Dark Gargoyle building up another grab. They're gonna come around this side. They may actually even commit a Transcendence to try to get on this point. But once you use that, then you're vulnerable to the grab that's almost ready. So it's kind of a catch-22 here for RunAway. Getting into this choke. Look at Pelican hiding for the bash.
Misses down. Shield's going to be up. Not going to find anything there from Orion. Now the grab comes in, locks up 2. Bomb placed straight in front of him. That's going to be the Shatter. Locks him down. Mondu just now standing up, tries to stay alive. Mag will get taken down by Myungbong, but in the end, it still will be a very nicely won fight by RunAway.
Certainly is. And you know, when you look at that moment for Pelican, he shield bashed, but it didn't connect with Reinhardt. But Orion had the trust that it would, so he shattered during the Brigitte animation, not knowing that it was just out of range. So it looks like, wow, this guy's an idiot. He just shattered into a shield, but actually expected that to connect. And I think after that disconnect there, RunAway just had full momentum in the fight.
Not only that, but also, I mean, Hisu with a very nice bubble.
Yeah.
Threw that one down on the Mag as well, so
Excellent
well timed.
Yep.
Take on, pushing forward. Orion going to get taken down. Sound barrier going to be in. Mondu responds with one of his own, but he's already down 2 members here. As RunAway looks to get this completion onto B. Swinging away, Mondu keeping the cart contested for now, denying this finish away. First it out of the mech though is DPI. He'll go flying. Mondu's got a sliver of HP and gets burned down by Hisu. So B going to be gained 2:05 on the clock for RunAway. Transcendence and Shatter, the 2 ultimates that are about to be up for them.
Yeah, this is really the time. This is crunch time for WGS. This is do or die, win or lose this final map, their first map of the season. And I think a lot of it's going to have to be on the back of good support ultimate usage. That's part of how they got here.
Shatter coming down, locks them up. Pin comes in, Orion going to be gone. Self-destruct dumped out. DPI finds 2. Both supports going to get picked off. Can they turn this around? Knock now going to get jumped on. Does get taken down in the end as Pelican comes up with a double himself. Now RunAway again have to reapproach through a choke.
That was really good decision making by DPI. He saw the charge come through from Mag and he knew there would be no barrier there to block his self-destruct. It was at a weird angle. There was no escape there. Really cool individual decision there to actually commit that self-destruct. It works wonders Now they have the high ground controlled in this Yaki position to grab from the sky.
Grab's going to be ready. Transcendence instantly in from Gangnam Jin. Picking them up. Bomb in the back to try to create some space. Explosion comes through. QOQ not going to find any kills. Makes it back through. Back continues to play up into the front line. Karayan now. Shatter online. Waiting for that juicy opportunity to slam it. See if he can find it. Fire Strike coming down, just fishing for some damage. GPI, however, going to get popped out of the map and instantly eliminated. Throws down the Shatter. Locks up one. Gargoyle managing to find the Rhine. Now going to be an exchange. Sound barriers out from both sides simultaneously as both of these Zenyatta struggle to get closer and closer to those Transcendences. Shui comes up with a kill on the Pelican. RunAway should be able to get the cart moving as Mondu gets picked off. 25 seconds remaining. WGS, can they pull off this defense? They have a grab online.
That's all they've got. I think they
really have the bomb.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get that stun, but they missed it again. That's why they committed the Shatter. But this is going to have to be a big grab. They could get locked away here too. This is so terrifying. If they get pulled away from the cart, it's all over.
Transcendence is ready on both sides. Going to be Myeongbong going forward, keeping his team up. The rally now in on top of it. The bomb coming out. DPI does it again. He finds two. Shui and Husu both going to be eliminated. QOQ drops his own bomb in, manages to find one. RunAway in OT. QOQ going to get popped out. Mag by himself, taken out. And this might just be it.
That is going to be
away. They managed to get a tag in barely there by Lee Jae Gun, but he cannot make his way back, you would expect. Tries to boop him back, tags it one last time. And Shui desperately tries to sprint up his Tracer. Hisu eliminated on the Doomfist. The Hammond coming back through, but cannot get close. And WGS, through RunAway's own hubris, managed to come up with a victory here right at the end on Route 66.
They stayed calm and collected against adversity in this series. They come up with the win. Even the production is thinking RunAway's taking that one away.
Yeah.
We all know that is not... it's not, in fact, true.
Looked so very certain you would have absolutely given it to him. But
the guy back there is like, no way.
In the end, they do get it.
Yeah.
So they got the match victory.
Yeah, that's right.
They had already secured that with Hanamura.
I guess that's why they're showing that, yeah.
Yeah, it just looks funny after the map.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, this is RunAway potentially not finishing in first place at the end of this week.
Week 2, yeah.
If MVP can get that 4-0, then RunAway are going to be looking a little worse for wear. And it just seems like, very much like we saw on Hanamura, with these young players making their debut here in this season, they have these moments where they get a little too headstrong, a little too cocky.
It's the cockiness aspect, absolutely.
They do suffer because of it. I mean, WGS, they can feel, pretty good about getting that defense. They stop the push from going through. RunAway cannot get that 4-0 on the day.
Yeah, I think hubris is the correct term for this. This was, I mean, by all means, a little bit of showboating, a little bit of carelessness, and just not maintaining that form until the end.
This is when we need that Flower Vin disgruntled face being posted.
You've got to stick the landing, and they did not. They did everything else, but they walk away with the win, but that blemish will be felt. And for WGS, it feels like the biggest win of all is finally they take that map win. They are no longer winless.
Yep.
So it took them a long time when they were WGS Red, WGS Laurels 9 as well, of course, before that. But this time they walk away early in the season with a win against one of the big favorites to win the group. So you've got to feel amazing about that. And this is when they're losing fights on A, they're getting spawn camp, they're losing 6v5, 6v4 fights there, and then suddenly RunAway just stops taking the match as seriously. I mean, I think everybody can agree that there was not careful, calculated plays throughout the majority of Route 66. It was more like, okay, let's crush these guys. Like, let's make this look super one-sided. And that cost them the final map.
Yeah, try to showboat, get punished for it. So WGS do manage to put that win on the board. But we'll have to see what the long-term ramifications are for RunAway in this situation. Not able to pick up that win. MVP, I can't think off the top of my head who their opponent is going to be this week. But
I just checked. It's going to be Blossom. So.